Welcome to this Printess tutorial. My name is Axel and today I will talk about the AI feature Face Sticker. The first step is relatively easy. We just drop an image frame to assign the action Face Sticker. In addition, we will allow the buyer to change the content so that we can have a play at the buyer side. Select the frame, upload an image, and automatically the face sticker will be created. So this is not an optional feature. It will happen anytime the buyer is uploading an image. So that's the result, but why don't we see any contour around it? This is because by default the contour is always set to white. So let me change the paper color to, let's say, light pink. To go back again, same procedure, let's load up an image. And now we do have the white contour. But of course we can change this color. Back at the designer side, we can now add the shape as a feature to the selected frame. So this frame contains now the image and the shape. And if we now change the color of the shape to, let's say, apple green, we will get a green contour rendered. And this is what was confusing me at the beginning, because if you are working with the default image, so I add another image frame, I will allow the content change, but now I will upload an image first. Let's go for that lady again to place it within that frame. And if I now go for face sticker, to run that action here, which only works at the designer side if there is an image available, of course. It is now, in this case, automatically adding that shape to that image frame to show the contour here. And again, it won't work if you start with an image frame without a default image placed. There you have to add the shape manually. So this was for me a bit hard to understand at the beginning. This is why I'm explaining it here. But now both frames got the same status. We have two image frames which both support the face sticker option. So we can focus on the contour now. Let's remove this frame here first. And as I said, with the shape you can define the color. But what if you would like to enable the buyer to choose from different colors available? In this case, we would have to set up a style first. So close or minimize these two. Let's call it shape color, because at the end of the day, it's a shape color we are changing. That's the name of our style. And I will use the feature shape fill color. Now we need a form field for the buyer side. It will be a color selection field called color. Here the buyer can choose from any color available in the buyer's color folder. And now we have to assign that form field to our style to control the style. So the style should be controlled by a form field, and the form field is named color. Okay, that's really it. In the last step, we have to assign the style to that frame. So the frame has to be activated. And then I can click here on the gear icon to assign that style to the frame. And if the option show styles here is activated, it will be displayed here at the edge of the frame. And here you can see that you can't control the color manually anymore, because this color field is controlled through a style. And this is why you can't change it manually anymore. And I guess I forgot, yeah right, I have to allow the color change for the shape at the buyer side, of course. Otherwise that setting won't work. So let's go to the buyer side, give it a try again, upload the image. Now it renders with the default color set. And now the buyer can change this color. That's number one. But you can also define the thickness, let's say, the so-called length of the contour here. And again, at the designer side, next to our assign action, we've got the feature contour length, which I can change here to make it bigger or smaller. And it is defined in percentage in relation to the image size. I won't go online now to show you that it has changed, because What I would like to achieve is that the buyer is able to change that contour length. Therefore, we need an additional form field, which has to be a select list, and the name has to start with contour length. Okay, now we define some values. Let's say 5, 10 and 15%. To add a new style as well, I will call it contour length 1. To assign the feature image frame contour length. Now I define that this style should also be driven through a form field. To select the form field, where is it? Form contour length. To assign that style to the frame. So I go to the ruler while the frame is activated to add the contour length style. And if we now go to the buyer side, we can not just change the color of the contour, but also the length. From one of our clients, we had a special request to add 2 different contours. So in the last step, I will show you how to achieve that one. I will copy the existing frame to use Command-C, on the PC Control-C, and with Command-Shift and V or Control-Shift key, I will paste it in place. And if we go to the layers here, we see that the copying and pasting was successful. So we have 2 of these frames. I will select them both to do a right mouse click on the frame to group these 2 frames. And all I need now is additional values in my form field. For the second contour, I will put them into the column meter 1 to say 8%, 12%, and 17, for example. You can also use millimeters here if you like, or any other unit. And now we need a second style, so I will go to the code mode. That's easier for me to copy the existing one, paste it, to name it length 2, and it should get the value from the column meter 1 of the same form field called contour length. Let's go back to the layers. So for layer number 2, I will remove the contour length 1 to replace it with contour length 2, and I will remove the shape color, because otherwise you won't see any difference, right? And if we now go to the buyer side, we will have 2 different contour colors, and one of them is still changeable, and I can also change the length for both of them. That's it for now. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.